Hi, happy Wednesday. Today is episode 21, and I want to talk to you today about the how fast time flies. Yesterday, I was able to attend my goddaughter's confirmation, and whenever I was there with her, I realized, wow, she's 14, she's my height. When did all this happen? Like it feels like only yesterday we were doing the baptism, and now I was invited to her confirmation, and it just showed how fast life goes, and it also made me question myself and kind of ask myself, have you done everything that you wanted to do? Are you good? What do you want to do that you haven't done? And I realized that here we are. I'm looking at a 14-year-old. I have a 13-year-old niece, and they're so close to being adults in the next few years that you soon realize, like, what exactly have I done in all this time for me? And you realize that a lot of the times we have goals, um, we have an idea of what we want to do. Like, let's say we want to take a trip, we want to go try this new restaurant, we want to go out to this museum or go to out to a club, but we always tend to postpone those days. We always tend to say, well, I'll just do it tomorrow, I'll just do it next week. Sometimes we haven't seen a friend in forever, we haven't seen a family member, and we tell ourselves, maybe next month I'll arrange something and we'll visit them. And I want to change that narrative because I'm guilty of it. I There's sometimes where I have an important conversation that I need to have, and I'm like, well, I'll just do it later on. I'm not gonna deal with it right now. Sometimes I have ideas of trips that I want to take, and I tell myself maybe next year or in 2 years, and I feel that I'm not the only one that does that. I feel that that's very common across the board. I feel like everyone does that. So I want to change that narrative, and I want to make sure that I accomplish as much as I can the moment that I feel that I want to do it. For instance, on my day to day, I feel that I am very stuck in this routine where very, it's basically the same thing every day. I wake up, I do my morning routine, I drink my coffee, I go to work. Work pretty much is the same thing every day. And then after work, I get home, I have dinner, and then I get ready and go work out. And then I come back home, I maybe watch a little bit of TV. And then next thing you know, it's time to go to bed. And then you wake up and you do the exact same thing every day. And then the weekend comes, and then the weekend pretty much same thing, the same routine. And there's moments where it does change, but I even feel uncomfortable at those moments because it's something different from what I'm used to. And I have to tell myself, hey, it's okay. Go ahead and go out. Go ahead and go to your friend's house. And I was like, how can that be? And I definitely want to do something different after yesterday when I was there with my at the confirmation, because I was like, life does go by very fast. And sometimes when we postpone, let's say, a trip or postpone some activity, we don't realize that we're getting older. And then right now, we may be able to do certain things, but later on in life, we won't be able to, maybe because we're a little, we're older and we're not going to be able to be as active as we are now. And I feel that yes, it's something within you, but a lot of the times, if you didn't see that from your parents and grandparents, it's very unlikely that you'll do it simply because that's not something that you saw. And I want to change that whole narrative, and not only for myself, but hopefully promote. that across my family and friends, where maybe write like a list of what I want to accomplish on a daily basis. Maybe during the week, and one day out of the week, connect with the old friend or a family member that I haven't seen in forever, and have dinner, or have coffee, connect with them. That would be cool. How about taking a quick road trip to a nearby city or nearby town and learn more about Texas? And the trips that I've been postponing and telling myself that I'll eventually get to it, how about I take one of those this year? And I feel that the moment that I do that, the moment that I begin to scratch off from my list, I'll have, I'll give room for new ideas, new cities that I want to go visit. And sometimes we don't realize that there's endless possibilities, and we don't see it because we are, our mind or our list is already too occupied with certain things that we need to accomplish. Going back to school, maybe, going back to school, um, learning something different. Whenever I think about what do I like to do, I like to dance, I like to cook. How about if I take a trip to Oaxaca? I've always wanted to go to Oaxaca, but not only be in Oaxaca, but maybe take a class where I learn how to cook something that is from Oaxaca. So in that trip, not only do I get to visit a new city, but now I'm able to also attend a cooking class and learn something new. Or if I want to go, let's say I love to dance, so let's say I go to Argentina and I get to explore Buenos Aires. But apart from that, I take a tango class and I know how to dance that over there. There's different things that you want, that I want to do, and I've been postponing forever. Something simple as taking a trip with my siblings more often. Um, I think one of the things that we always talk about is going out to the beach and renting a boat and just be out in the sea, having mimosas, drinking, dancing. That's something that we always talk about, but we always say, well, eventually we'll do it, someday we'll do it. And instead of having that narrative, I want to do it as soon as possible. Um, when it comes down to postponing different activities, different trips, I think it all goes back to us thinking that we have endless time and that we're always going to be young and we're always going to be able to. But in reality, what I've discovered is that sometimes all those plans that we have and all those dreams, they for the most part stay like that. It's very few times where a person actually gets to accomplish everything. And I think the only difference between that person and the person that doesn't is the intention. Like, this is what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do, and there's no stopping me, and I'm going to go for it. And that determination to get it done. And then the other person, which I will include myself in that, is kind of like, okay, I'll get to it eventually. It's going to happen. I'll do it. And that's the big difference. There's nothing special or about either or. It's the simple fact that one has the intention and the drive to go and pursue that. And I want for not only me but the people around me and my friends to change that as well about them, and to actually go out, step out of their comfort zone, and do what they need to do with fear and awe. Fear is always going to be there, but it's time for us to like step out of that comfort zone and do it. um it was an eye opener whenever I saw my goddaughter, and I was like, wow, she's grown. She's grown. Like, I remember when she was little and we were going through the baptism, and then all of a sudden she's a young lady. And then I came home and I looked at my niece, and I was like, Same thing with her. She was a baby not that long ago, and now she's a young lady. Um, and then you're like, it's beautiful to see how the families have grown, and it's beautiful to see the actual family together and taking pictures. And then I saw myself, and I was like, you want that? You want a family? You want a partner, and you want kids? So why? What are you waiting for? Why do you feel that you have all this time? You're about to be 40. So it really made me think about it. I'm like, I need to get on it like now, because I'm not getting any younger, and um, there's so much that I want to do, yet I still, to this day, always postpone things. There's, as you guys know, like I've been talking in previous videos, I have goals that I have for this year, and I've caught myself um, maybe delaying some of them, kind of saying, well, I'll just do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. It's going to happen in the middle of the year, and I need to change that. Like I need to do it today if I can. And so that happens to me still, so it's something that I have to be very aware, and I'm going to try my best to write down my list of things that I want to do, and get my sisters involved more than anything. That way they can keep me on my toes, and kind of like make me be aware of what I want to accomplish, and hopefully motivate them to do it too. And then I want to share that with my close friends, so they can also see what my goals are. And if they want to jump in and be part of it, great. And if they have some of their own, then we can help each other. But yes, I think I'm done with this whole waiting for tomorrow, waiting for next year. I think that today is the moment that we need to do it. And I just go back and see how it all depends on you. Like, there's no one else coming to help you. There's no one else coming to um, put that spark in you. Like you really have to self motivate yourself to do certain things, and it's up to you to make them happen. And but sometimes you see it happening around you with people that have that in them to accomplish goals, to finish what they need to finish, but you don't understand it because you just don't, you're not there yet. So now, seeing all this, I sometimes I wish I could go back in time and kind of like tell the younger Junior, like, hey, do this. But I know that's not possible, and I really can't dwell on the past. I really need to focus on today and enjoy today, and do what I like, really do what I want to do. And um, there's so many things that I would like to do, and I'm just gonna throw some examples. Like, um, I've been talking about yoga. I was attending a yoga class pre-pandemic, but I've been talking about it recently. So how about either I go back to that yoga class, or I find one here by the house and actually do it once a week, maybe. I've been talking about going back to Remix. Maybe I can go once a week. I know it's far away from me, but maybe I can do it once a week. I've been talking about going to Oaxaca, to Brazil, to back to Spain to visit my friend Eric. There's a lot of things that I've been saying that I want to do, and I always leave it for tomorrow. So I think it's perfect for me to start removing things from my list. That way I can make room for more. I've been talking about how I want to explore my sexuality, something that I've had dormant for a long time. I need to really explore that and enjoy that, because it's valid. It's a good thing. And with this mentality of leaving everything for tomorrow, it's not going to take me anywhere. There's moments where the weekend comes, and I'm so caught up on the routine that I don't allow or give myself space to think of other possibilities. What about one Friday after work? I take a quick trip to a nearby town and explore something about that town and bring my sisters with me or go with a friend. Those are small things that whenever you're so caught up in your routine, you really don't think about. And whenever I think about, let's say, mm, my parents, they never had in their radar the possibility to, like, hey, I'm gonna go travel, I'm gonna do this. I really don't know what their likes are, what they, if they have any hobbies that they would like to do. That's not something that I grew up observing from them. And so I didn't, you just didn't know that or didn't see that. So now that I'm an adult, I have a lot of things that I like to do, but I still don't do them. Like, I feel like maybe, like I say, I always postpone and I always say I'll do it tomorrow. And that's definitely something that I need to change today. So, what I plan to do is make that list of certain things that I want to do, share with my sisters, keep each other accountable, and also have long term goals that I want to do. Like, maybe in 5 years, where do I see myself? Um, like I mentioned, whenever I was there and I saw the families, all the beautiful families together, I was like, that's something that I want. And why am I not fighting to get that? I want that. I want to be a dad and I want to have my partner with me and I want to get invited to these special occasions and come together as a family, showing my family, creating my family. So I get excited to think about this. It it's moments like these where you really, I mean, I was in church, I was at church. It was a long service simply because there were so many kids in the getting confirmated. So it gave me a lot of time to think. It gave me a lot of time to see where I was at, kind of like take a look at my life. And that's where I discovered there's a lot of things that you haven't done or you are postponing for tomorrow. And you shouldn't do that. Like, I think it's a good idea for you to do it today. So that's definitely something that I'm going to start doing on my end. I want for you all to do the same. I want for you to take the time during this week and write down certain things that you want to accomplish. If you want to go travel somewhere, if you want to learn another language, you want to go to a restaurant, if you want to reconnect with a friend, whatever it is, write it down and give yourself like a time frame to do it. And as soon as you accomplish that, scratch it out and then add more to that list and begin to do more. And later on in a few months, I want to touch base and kind of like share with you what what my journey was and what I was able to do. And hopefully you can share back things that you did that you had always in the back of your mind that you wanted to do but never had the chance to do it. Because I think that we're here, if we're here to live, we really need to do that. We really need to live instead of just floating around and just like floating day by day, going with the flow. I think that we need to put purpose in what we do every day and not be scared to step out of the comfort zone. I know for a fact that I stay in my comfort zone a lot of the times. And yeah, there's moments where I do push myself to come out of the comfort zone. But even then, sometimes I feel that I spend too much time being scared when in reality there's no need to be scared. It's just an experience. It's something that's going to teach you something. So I get excited about that. I'm very excited for you. So I want for you to really do that. Make your list. We will talk about it more in the next few months to see exactly where we stand. And I want to remind you, life is short. Life is not, we're not here for a long time. And we're here for a good time. So make sure that you enjoy each moment, each day, and make every day interesting because there's no time for us to be sad or be stuck in this different funks that don't allow us to really enjoy life. Okay, so I will talk to you next week. I hope you have a phenomenal week, and I wish you the best. Bye bye.